Hello, have you ever wondered about schools in different countries? Maybe in Europe or Asia? Then it's your lucky day because I'm from Russia. And Russian isn't just a different country, it's a whole freaking parallel universe. No, it's not super different. It's kinda the same, but also kinda not. It's different. It's different in the ways you didn't expect it to be. So, what about Russian schools, you may ask? It's the same way. It's the same way. Schools in Russia are pretty similar to the ones in Europe or America. We don't have some crazy differences, but there are some, and I will be talking about them in this video. So, let's start from something little. Saturdays in Russian schools are just regular school days. Yes, we go to school on Saturdays. I don't know particularly why this is this way, but I guess it just is and was like this, I guess, forever. But it's still not the same in every part of Russia. For example, I started going to school on Saturdays since the 2nd grade, but my cousin from a different region started going from the 7th grade. And in Moscow, our cool capital that everyone outside of it hates, in every school there people don't go to school on Saturdays. Like, at all. Moscow, it's just like a whole nother deal. It's like it isn't even Russia. It's like a whole different country. And I think this motif of Moscow being its own different country will probably be in most of my videos about Russia. That's just how it is. You know how American schools are associated with not having to wear no uniform, and British schools are associated with having strict rules on wearing school uniform? You know, it's just stereotypes, I guess. Just at least in Russia, maybe. Most Russian state schools are kind of going both ways, and at the same time not succeeding in any one of the two. So in Russian schools, you can wear whatever you like as long as it is in a sort of business style. So it's almost always some kind of shirt, preferably white, and black pants. So the clothes people wear like in an office building or like in a working cooperative environment. So it's like you can wear whatever, but don't go crazy. No sweatpants or t-shirts. But in the later grades, people just started not to care or not have time to wear something like this every day. So nobody really dresses like this every day. I personally just wear a shirt and black jeans every day and nobody really cares about it, so why even bother? A regular standard Russian school building pretty much always looks something like this. Blocky Soviet design, grey, bleak, sad, and has a high steel fence around the school territory. Sometimes there is some kind of outdoor gym consisting of the running path, running circle, a place to run, a place to sit, and a place to exercise. Inside of a Russian school building, right after we step in, we can see immediately some kind of dressing room to take off your coats and outdoor shoes. Oh, and it's obligatory to have a second pair of shoes to wear in a school building. Cause, come on, did you see what Russian streets are like? Especially at spring or autumn. Oh. So, in small schools, you just go in a dressing room with your stuff and leave it there yourself. And in bigger school, there is a big chance that a dressing room would have a person that you can give your stuff to, so they would put them there. Or school appoints a class of students to do it during the breaks. And also, one important thing about buildings of Russian schools is that they don't have any lockers to put your textbooks and workbooks another stuff in, so we always need to carry that stuff around with ourselves. And that leads to students just carrying around big and heavy school backpacks full of different textbooks, workbooks, learning material, and that's sometimes really painful. Actually, I think I even injured myself one time because of this. I had a pain in my back, and we went out to the doctor, and after the appointment I stayed at home for like a month for my back to recover. And then I finally was able to go back to school. My doctor said to me, so I wouldn't put every subject needed for the day in my backpack, so it would be less heavy. And I did that, and it was freaking amazing. So amazing that I'm still doing this, and I didn't get any back injuries ever again. That's not really something unordinary, especially in later classes where everyone just doesn't really care about stuff like this so much. Some people only bring like pencils and pens and workbooks with them, and they feel fine. They just borrow all the textbooks from their classmates. So, the next is the toilets. Oh, the toilets. Toilets in Russian provincial schools is a sight to see. Especially the boy ones. The girl ones are almost all the time are much cleaner than the boy ones for some reason. Don't really know why. I even got stuck one time in the toilet stall one time. It wasn't a really pleasant experience of my life. So, classrooms in Russian schools are pretty similar to one another. Plain blackboard on the wall, teacher's desk in the corner, and a couple of rows of the Russian-style conjoined twin student desks. Yeah, we don't usually have one-person desks in classrooms. That doesn't happen. That does happen sometimes, but that is really rare. And of course, all Russian schools have gyms or PE classes, which are pretty ordinary. Just a big honking room for students to exercise, run, play sports games and such. Interestingly, I don't think that's ordinary for a plain Russian school to have, but my school has two gyms. One small for students from 1st to 4th grades, and one big for students from the 5th grade and onwards. I don't know. I guess that is that. The main thing about ordinary plain Russian provincial state schools is that most of the time students don't decide what subjects they are gonna study. Yep, everyone just learns everything. We have like 13 to 15 different subjects, from plain math to obligatory music and arts classes. Some might say that is a pretty cool thing, and Russian students must know so much, and they are all so smart. Not like the students from insert country, but the reality is that Russian students aren't smart. They are just bummed out and tired of putting different kind of useless information in their heads. For example, I freaking hate math and math-related subjects like physics or like chemistry, maybe. I don't know if that's math-related, but those subjects I don't like. Because I like history and social sciences, geography and stuff. Oh, and languages and arts, of course. Duh. If that wasn't the case, I don't think this video would have existed. And the Russian education system makes me learn those subjects that I hate, hoping that maybe for some reason I would learn something from them. But they are not interesting for me. What would I learn from them, huh? And of course, if the opposite happens to someone, like if someone likes those subjects and hates to learn literature and social sciences or something, why should they learn them? You won't become a better version of yourself if someone just stuffs useless information into your brain. That's just not how it works. But sometimes, when you are in the last two grades, the 10th and the 11th one, the school might give your class I don't know how to say it in English. Basically, one class like doesn't learn maybe biology and chemistry, and the other one does, but they don't study geography, something like that. Whoa, it's a revolution. And like at the start of my 10th year of school, my teachers were saying that for the first time we would be able to at least like choose how many hours we would study in certain subjects, and I wanted to increase my study hours of English, geography, history, and such. I was so happy. But when the actual year started, they like, psych, that was just a load of bullshit, and everything is pretty much the same. But now we have even more math than in the last year. And when I asked my teachers about that, and like, why is that? They just said, oh, if you wanted to learn more of those stuff, you should have enrolled in that other school in the other part of the town that has more hours of those subjects. And I'm like, what? Nobody told me nothing beforehand. What the f?
So now let's talk about the Russian final exams. But for this, I firstly need to tell you about the way Russian school system is divided. The school in Russia is divided up in 3 sections. First, being primary general education, grades 1 through 4, then basic general education, grades 5 through 9, and then secondary general education, grades 10 through 11. Yes, there are only 11 grades in Russian schools. Why is that? I don't really know. It just is. Like everything in Russian schools, I guess. And this doesn't mean that Russians are graduating from school in 17 years. We just start school in 7 years and graduate at 18. Yeah. But some in fact start in 6 years and graduate in 17, and some even start in 8 years and final and graduate in 19 years. So yeah. So for the exams, Russians go through the final exams after the 9th grade and after the 11th grade, which means that we kinda graduate from school twice. Some people don't go to the 10th grade and go straight to the college to get a profession, to get a educational profession. Most people just go to the next grade, so... and yeah, in Russia, college and university are a different thing. College is a place that you go after the 9th grade, and university is a place where you go after the 11th grade. Sometimes colleges are called different names, like Technicum, Technicium, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, for example, if it's more technical, mathematical, and such oriented. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that some Russian schools call themselves lyceums or gymnasiums, but they are pretty much the same, so yeah. So we graduate from school twice. That means we also get our final exams twice. After the 9th grade, they are called the ОГЭ, Основной государственный экзамен, which means basic state exam. And after the 11th grade, it's called the ЕГЭ, Единый государственный экзамен, Unified State Exam. And aside from this, they are just regular old final exams, but maybe a little bit harder than those that you have in Europe or America, especially if you count the fact that you can only take them once. Yep, if you fail, you fail for good. You can only retake them a year later. Yep, and if you fail, you are already 19 years old, the government will forcefully take you to the army for 1 year. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that happens in Russia. The army is obligatory for all men from the age of 18 through the age of 27. And many people just have to go to university, not because they want to, but because they have to, because of the army. Yeah, and Russian army isn't really a good place to be, especially for 1 year. Oh my god. I think this topic deserves its own video. It's like... It's scary. Russian army is freaking scary, man.
So, I am still in like school, and this year, the 2020 to 2021 would be my last year of school. Yep, I am gonna graduate in the next year. I'm a big boy. I will be the big boy. Yeah. And yeah, the 11th grade. And I'm gonna do my exams. I'm scared. So, this was the Russian school video, the video about Russian schools, where I talked about my school sorrows and regrets. If you like this video, be sure to press the like button and the bell icon and the subscribe button and maybe other buttons. I don't know. I don't know what buttons you'll have, but please press them. Might be fun. Bye.